weight.
So, what I was talking about, we were using Boomtown. We were using that technology. That's what you guys said this morning on Live and Direct that I was running. kvCore is a powerful tool. I'm just so entrenched with teams and building teams and being able to support and manage the sales side of running teams. And kvCore can't keep up if you're running big teams. So that's why we suggest Boomtown. However, kvCore is a kick butt awesome product for single agent or for managing your own data and stuff like that. I've been attempting to try to identify people in the system that are running it at a high level. Like I went out and watched some Boomtown videos. I kind of get this. I get that with kvCore, but to have people like in our ecosystem learning it, teaching everybody and helping them create off of that platform is what I've been looking for. Who I'm going to introduce that's going to co-host this with me is a gentleman by the name of Kelly Wheeler out of Florida. He's an awesome guy. He's followed me for a long time. I mean, it's a blessing that, I mean, he would leave even his brokerage and his long-term friendship, you know, that he had built, and being the VP of, I think, marketing for that brokerage to be able to come on and take a run with the Just Do It movement and what we have going on at EXP. And so talking with him over the last month or so since he's onboarded, he said, I really needed to take an initiative with learning kvCore. So he was telling me some tricks and tips, and I'm like, we need to share this with the group. And so that's kind of what spawned today. Like, I'm looking forward to kicking the year off strong with you guys. I'm back. I'm going to be live a lot more. I was live 4 hours today. I think I'm doing an interview with Tierney. It's going to be live across Facebook on Friday. And then also with a single agent that made over $300,000 with me in 1 year. Both him and Tierney are at their 1 year mark. One perspective will be from the team perspective, one perspective from the agent perspective. Just two totally different stories. So look for the link for that on Friday. Come and hit share, hit like, comment, help us with the algorithms to be able to compete with our group and what we have going on for attention. So I appreciate you guys. I love hearing success stories. Look forward to keep looping them back to myself as we keep growing. But I want to introduce Kelly. Let's get back to kvCore, how to generate leads for free, how to build a database. So Kelly, what's up, man? You want to tell them a little bit about yourself before we get kicked off?
Just do it, baby.
Let's do it. Throw the X's up.
Yeah, you know, real briefly, I've followed Adam for a long time. I was VP of marketing and sales for a local smaller brokerage in Central Florida. And, you know, I sold millions of dollars in real estate, but you won't know it because I didn't join the board until late last year, knowing I was going into EXP. Everything I did, I wrote underneath the brokerage. I did all of the lead gen. At that time, Adam, we didn't use Boomtown. We used Commission Sync. Then we moved from that to Money Tree, and those systems are very comparable to kvCore, but they're you know, $1,000, $1,500, $1,600 a month. Right. And one of the factors that made me real excited about EXP, besides partnering with somebody like you that's done it, you've already broken the mold. Why should I go and reinvent the friggin' wheel? Just follow what you do and make some friggin' money, right? The thing that got me excited was not so much stuff like the cloud and all of that, but it was the system, the CRM that they give you, and how to utilize that system. And for the last month, I've been on Facebook Workplace, the EXP site, and I just realized, and I've been talking to Trent about that, how many agents really don't know the power of this system. So like you said, I've taken about a month, and I'm by no means the EXP doctorate level guy here, but I'm doing some things with it that's producing some results. I've got people that are commenting to me, hey, teach me how to do that. So that's kind of how we got to this point, Adam. So I don't know if you want me to kind of go into it now, or if you've got any more kind of, you know, introductory stuff.
I think we're good. Like, some of these people haven't probably ever heard me on a live, maybe never had a chance to ask me a question. Some of you guys, this might have been a couple months. This is my first time live earlier today. In 3 months. So I'm excited to be back. But before we just dive into puking hopefully a bunch of cool stuff on these guys, let me open it up and I'll take a few questions for about 5, maybe max 10 minutes here before we get kicked off. Any questions? Anyone have any questions? What's up, Keisha? I ain't seen you in a while. Keisha popping in here. I love it. Any questions, or you guys just want to get after it? It's good. Going once. Going twice.
I think everybody's still trying to figure out how to unmute themselves, Adam.
All right. Well, all right. We'll give them a few minutes here. All right, guys.
I'm ready to jump in. Let's go.
You have a question, Keisha, or are you just saying hi?
No, I was just saying, hey, let's jump in. Let's go.
I like this girl.
I've been spending quite a bit of time just kind of watching tutorial videos on kvCore, and you know, I got all my contacts and stuff in there, but really haven't started any drip campaigns yet, just because I'm a little timid on, you know, making sure they're you know, reliable. I mean, not reliable, but useful and you know, meaningful. So I just haven't pressed go on anything yet, really.
Here's what you need to write down, because you're a perfectionist, Andrew. So done is going to be better than perfect. And as a marketer, you got to believe in A/B split testing. So like even when I was here working with Brian, the guy that's choking on a chicken over here, he was like we were trying to hone in, like, because we're rebuilding Wichita from scratch. So it's going to be kind of cool. Like you guys are going to see us go from 0 to hopefully over 100 in a year, maybe 200 units. Like you're going to watch this stuff be built. And even we were working on some drips, I don't know, a couple weeks ago. And I told him, just run it. Just run it, because you know what we can do? Run something else with other leads that are coming in. And you want to look for response rates, because you're not looking for perfection. You're not looking for them to sell or really even build your brand. When you're sending those, you're just looking for a response. And if you can get a response from them to be able to confirm if it's good data or bad data, at that given point is when a real relationship can spawn. So
we're just talking about the stock kvCore stuff that's already in there, right?
I don't know. Maybe I think Kelly's been pretty particular with some of his drips. I'm spoiled. I could share thousands and thousands of drips inside of Boomtown from people that I know, respect, and kind of understand like what they're trying to accomplish with the texting side of it, the drips. And so it's going to be interesting to see what Kelly has to say with kvCore, because you're asking me what my opinion of it is, and I've never reviewed it, to be honest with you. You know what I mean?
Yep.
But what I wanted to reinforce is just test it, because you know what you can do? That's test A. You can test B, and it's not the end of the world. And the key metric you're looking for is response rates. That's it.
Right.
To clean your data up, to run a good healthy, clean database that's updated. Cool.
That's actually good, Adam.
Huh?
That's some good advice.
Yeah.
To tagging on with Andrew, when I first got my hands, I could not wait until I got that email that said, hey, your site is ready. Go take a look at it. And when I got into kvCore, I was kind of overwhelmed. And, you know, I'm used to this stuff because of Commissions Inc. And I decided, because I'm running a business and I'm not running a handout, that I was going to get in there. And I wasn't going to go be negative on, you know, the Facebook pages. All this is, I was just going to get in there between, you know, their support and YouTube. You can figure this stuff out. But at the end of the day, Andrew, to answer your question, they've got all their stuff in there. We're going to see it in a minute that's generic. My recommendation is everybody on this call today is from different geographical areas in the country. So you've got different USPs, or you've got some propositions you can offer your buyers or sellers that maybe I can't. You know, here locally, we have zero down USDA. My whole county qualifies for that. So when I set up a drip, I'm going to set up a drip for buyers that's going to accentuate zero down loans. So, you know, you might not have that in California or Wichita. So you've got the ability with this to go in and actually custom create the content that you want to make. And, you know, with Adam, Boomtown, I bet you 10 to 1, if you called Adam up and said, you know, send me some of your drips and let me look at them, there's probably pieces of his drips you can literally just put into your system and then tweak a couple things. So that's kind of the power of the kvCore. I would definitely recommend not using the, you know, free content they give you, but use that as a baseline to create what's unique to you and your market. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's just dive into it, man. Let's get out.
All right. So I'm going to go ahead and take over. Guys, I'm going to bring you to my screen, and we're going to walk through a couple things. And let me say this. If for some reason this seems a little confusing, I've already talked to Trent. Tomorrow I'm going to record about a 10-minute video. I'm going to upload it to YouTube. And I'm literally going to walk through what we're doing today for however long this session is going to be. but I'm going to go ahead and do this video tomorrow that you can go back and look at and stop, pause, rewind, whatever, and walk you through what I did, which will take what we're doing today and kind of put it at a different level. So you can literally take that and use that to build out your drips within kvCore. So with that, let me jump in now and see if you guys can see my screen. Everybody see that?
Yes.
Yep. Yeah, we can see it.
Okay.
Yep.
So this is kind of the beginning of the kvCore CRM. And what I took you to right now is a expired lead source that I'm starting to build out. And you'll notice it says expired. So I just wanted to show you, these are all leads that I've been putting in manually, but I'm also going to talk today about taking expired leads that you get off the MLS and being able to upload, 50 to 100 into the system, into what you make.
Let's be clear.
But before you actually build campaigns out in kvCore, you're going to want to go ahead and get your leads set up and get those lead sources. And I'm going to tell you where I get mine today and have all of that ready to go. Have your campaigns built before you put any leads into it. The reason I'm saying that is because from trial and error, you're going to tag these leads coming in and say you're going to do an expired campaign. You're going to tag those leads as expired. If the campaign's already built and you've got your Excel spreadsheet and you load that up into the system, it's going to automatically, whether it's 50 leads, 1,000 leads, it doesn't matter. It's going to start running the campaign for you. If you do it the other way, then you're going to have to go in and manually hit all those leads. So whatever you do, make sure your campaign, your drip campaign is exactly what you want before you port in leads. So one of the things that we do is we've got to go ahead and ascertain where we're going to get the leads. And I know that Trent had emailed everybody and said, hey, this is going to show you how to get free leads into your kvCore. And, in today's economy, we all see on Facebook, everybody's got a $49 a month program they're wanting to sell us. Hey, $49 a month, I'll coach you. $49 a month, my software will do this. If you want to buy leads from RedX or from Zillow or whatever, and this stuff's expensive. So what I found is a way to get some leads into here that doesn't cost me $1. I don't know about you guys, but is that something that would be important, to be able to get leads that are ready to sell or ready to list and it didn't cost you anything?
Yes.
All right. So what I did is, and I don't know what your MLS looks like, but here's the local MLS here in Central Florida. And the first thing that I did is I went in and I told it that I wanted all the withdrawn unconditional. In our market, there's withdrawn unconditional and conditional. I can't touch conditional. They still have some kind of a relationship. But unconditional is the same down here as an expired. So I get withdrawn unconditional expired. I go 30 to 90 days out. So what I'm doing is I'm building up an expired campaign for what I call older expireds. And once I have that, I go ahead and put in whatever criteria, and yours might be different. I'm doing 250K up. I'm doing it in Lake County. Okay. I'm doing no special sale provisions. I don't want any, bank owned. And then I'm doing single family homes and year built 2003. My system says that in Lake County, Florida, there's 93 homes that are expired. So what I do then is I go to results page, and it's going to pop up all of these homes that are expired. Then I'm going to take and I'm going to download all of these to a CSV sheet. I'm going to go ahead and get rid of all this fluff and gruff. I don't need bedrooms and all this crap because I'm trying to get that CSV sheet set up so that I can upload it to kvCore. Talk about that in a minute, because if you've ever uploaded to I don't know how Boomtown is, but sometimes they want you to map out all of the columns. This is the easiest thing I've ever seen in my life. It does it for you. It's really awesome. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to make sure I've got address, MLS number, city, zip code. That's all I want. Once I have all of these leads on an Excel sheet, guys, I'm going to show you a little tool. Now, you need to write this down, but when I record this video and send it to Trent to send to y'all, it'll be in there. There's a little company that I use. Let me see if I can get it right here. It's covered up by this thing. Hang on a second, guys. There we go. Y'all see this word Spokio, guys? Can everybody see that? All right. Spokio.com is a software that I use. It costs me about 50 to 60 bucks every 3 months. So it's very cheap. And so what I do is I take my leads right here, and I'll go in each individual lead and I'll find out who the owner of that lead is. So within my MLS, I go to tax records and I'll find out that, John Smith is the owner of this house. Then I'll take the address, I'll go Spokio, and I'll put that address right up into here. And it usually gives me their contact information, cell phone, and their email. Y'all see that? All right, so check this out. So if I go down, and I already did one in advance, if I go down here to this one right here, I believe, and if I copy this address, this is one of my expireds, and I go over here to Spokio, it brings her name up. If I look at property tax records, there she is. So I know that she owns that house. Now I've got her cell phone and her email. Back into that spreadsheet, you're going to have a top header that says name, cell phone, and email. Once you have all of that on there, now you've got your list. So you're going to go through that list that I have right here. Say it's 97 leads. It's going to take you about an hour to go through and scrub it. You add their name, you add their phone number, and now you have an uploadable CSV sheet to go into kvCore. So is everybody with me so far?
Yes.
Okay.
So you're putting all the address and stuff, and then over to the side of each one, you're doing their contact information beside it.
Correct. Actually, Andrew, when I get this from the MLS, it already gives me their spreadsheet. That the MLS doesn't give me, unfortunately, are the name of the owner on the spreadsheet and then contact information like email and cell. You got to have that in kvCore because how are you going to reach out to them?
All right.
You could pay RedX. All I have to, well, free in the sense that I pay, and do that. But guys, I've done this now 3 or 4 times. The main thing is you're getting expireds that you scrubbed that are still expired, which means they've shown an intent to sell. Didn't get the real estate agent, pricing, whatever, it just didn't happen. So you've got their information. And then when you go back into kvCore, here's what's going to happen. You're going to upload these leads to kvCore. So watch this. You're going to go to Lead Engine. Does everybody see Lead Engine right there? Now, I'm assuming everybody knows now that we've got a CSV downloadable spreadsheet from the MLS. We've done a little bit of homework and scrubbed all the ones that are agent-owned that are relisted. We went to Spokio and we got their contact phone number and email. Now we go to Lead Engine. And guys, you'll have to bear with me. I don't know if you're kvCore, if you're on it, it tends to run a little slow. Do y'all notice that?
Yep.
Anybody else on kvCore notice that it runs a little slow?
Yep.
All right. So now I went to Lead Engine. From here, you're going to go to bulk import. Everybody see that?
Yep.
Yes.
You're going to hit get started. And what it's going to do is it's going to allow you to do one of 2 things. If you're not comfortable importing this data on your own, then you can get help from a lead config specialist. All you're going to do when you hit get started is you're going to upload your list to them. And then you're going to ask them to upload this for you. I don't like to do that because when you do that, they don't put your tags in. And guys, a tag basically is how you can take every one of these leads. So these are old expireds. I'm going to tag them as old expireds. And when I do that, as soon as I import these leads into my drip, it'll automatically, so I've got an email and a text message going out instantly. So as soon as this download is complete and they're in my CRM, within seconds, everybody, all 50 or 60 or 100 of those are going to get an email and a text message. Y'all got that?
Yep.
So what I do is I go do it yourself. Now, guys, if you'll notice here, it says show me how or get started. I've done it enough that I can get started. But y'all see this little button down here? This is awesome. This is how I learned it. When you click it, it opens up their chat experts. And you go ahead and put in there, I'd like some more information, or can you help me with my bulk upload of leads into my CRM? They will literally walk you through, if it takes them 30 minutes, how to do this. But basically, you're going to get started. You're going to upload this CSV sheet that you did. And as soon as you do that, it's going to say upload in progress. We'll let you know. And we're going to assume, for the purpose of what we're doing today, that you've got that part of managing these leads. You've gone to your MLS. You've downloaded the spreadsheet. You were able to go to a company like Spokio, which is what I use to get their cell numbers, to get their emails. And you've gone in and you've worked yourself into being able to upload these leads. Okay? And again, between YouTube and this little bar down here, you should have no problem. Even if you're sitting there right now and you're listening to me going, oh my God, He's way over what I'm even. I don't think I can do it, guys. You can. It's so super easy. So after all of that, now you've got your uploads in. You've got the uploads into your CRM. Okay. Remember I said at the beginning, you really got to build your campaign first. I wanted to get to the lead portion of this. This is kind of the second step, but I wanted to get this out of the way because now we're going to concentrate on the drip campaign and kind of get a feel for how to get that thing going. But let's just assume that these leads are in and it's running right now. The way that you get to your drip campaigns, guys, is you're going to go back to your dashboard where it says Marketing Autopilot. Okay? And this is actually the first step that we're going to do before we import the leads. When you go to Marketing Autopilot, you're going to see a couple buttons that you can hit. Everybody see this word, Start Campaign?
Yep.
So again, Marketing Autopilot, Start Campaign. You're going to click that. This is now going to bring you into kvCore's entire drip campaign platform. And this is where you can do text campaigns, you can add text video, you can do text email, you can do email campaigns. All of that's going to be within this campaign. And if you've never done it before, now Adam, let me ask you something. I've got all of you on this side of my computer over here. How do I move this away? Because there's some bars over here I need to get. Does anybody know?
What do you mean? Hit.
Just grab that black bar at the top and move it.
Right.
Oh, thank you so much. A genius. All right, there we go. All right, so now I hit Marketing Autopilot. Now we're into our campaigns. Y'all see where it says My Library? Above I'm here to System Campaigns. You're going to click down. What that's going to do is it's going to show you that right now kvCore has 21 campaigns already built and created for you. And to add those to your own platform, you're just going to hit Add to My Library and add as many. Guys, you can add all of them to your library. You can add a couple to start. That'll be totally up to you. But once you do, and if you'll notice in my library, I've got 2 pages of campaigns. Some of them are already started. Those campaigns that you add from their campaigns now become your campaigns. Everybody with me?
Yeah.
Once you add these into your library, now we get to start looking at how we're going to build that drip campaign. And I'm going to take you to one that I built and kind of walk you backwards. Adam, you're going to like this.
Okay.
All right, so I created a campaign just for the purpose of what we're doing. It's called Adam Bailey Rocks.
Damn.
Okay? Now, how did I get to Adam Bailey Rocks? I went over here to the conversion default campaigns. Guys, you can't edit these. These are campaigns that they put on your system that are not editable. So what you have to do is you have to clone it. So pick any one of these campaigns. So if you want to deal with sellers, click your default seller campaign. And what it's going to do is it's going to bring up that campaign that you can now clone. Once you clone it, you get access to changing, adding, doing whatever you want to do. There we go. Let me go over there. There we go. So guys, do you see how the conversion default seller campaign that you put from their template to your page already has all these built-in emails? The reason why I'm telling you you don't want their stuff, look at the first email they want to send to your seller. See if we can get it loaded here. All right. Well, there you go. Come on. Look at the look at what it says. This is why I do my own stuff. Seller first email. That's going to be the tab. So when they get this email on the subject line, it's just going to say seller first email. That's stupid. The content. Thanks for visiting our site. Are you considering selling your home? Guys, if I'm a seller and I got that email, I'm done. I'm probably deleting it and I'm done. Wouldn't you agree, Adam?
Absolutely.
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to end up replacing all of that content. But how am I going to do that? Guys, do you see this little tab over here that says clone? You're going to clone it. And when you clone it, what I do is I go to move to hashtag. Remember I told you when you go to your MLS and you get all your expired leads, when you go to upload those leads into conversion, you're gonna call it or tag it something. So for the purpose of these old expireds, I'm gonna call this old expireds. I've already got a tag in there for that. Okay, so that means this campaign will start whenever we apply the tag old expireds. I'm going to go to the next. This is a seller campaign. I'm going to go to the next. Now, here's where it gets really good. The campaign name right now is their default conversion seller. I'm going to get rid of that. And I'm going to call this Andrew Rocks. I know that sounds crazy, but I got a method for my madness. Okay, I'm going to go to next, and I'm going to clone it. So right now, we have cloned this campaign. But I'm not done. Sometimes this happens, guys. Whenever you clone a campaign, make sure before you go in and start building it out that you have the hashtag set up correctly. Like I said, if you don't, and you bring in 90 leads, you're going to have to go to each individual lead and set the campaign, and that could take you 30 minutes. So right now, it's set to go as an always run. We want to edit that. So on Andrew Rocks, we're going to edit that. And we're going to make sure it's set up to the hashtag. Adam, does your Boomtown move this slow? That's the only negative I have on kvCore. It is slow, slow, slow when you get into it.
Yeah, I mean, Boomtown has its days where, I mean, it's slow, it's sluggish too, but for the most part, it's good. I think when you're dealing with any CRM, when you overlay like Zoom over these, they even move slower.
Okay.
Yeah.
So guys, right here, move to hashtag. Sometimes this happens. You just got to make sure before you put leads into this campaign, you've got the hashtag set up properly. Again, I'm going to go with old expireds. Boom. Okay, and I'm going to hit next. And go through this one more time. All right, so now what will happen is this campaign will be set to go whenever old expireds are brought in from your lead generation. So how do we get to this campaign now to edit it? We're going to go back to your campaign library and find Andrew Rocks. And when we find Andrew Rocks, I'll show you how we're going to set whatever email or text that we want. Because at the end of the day, guys, that's the hardest part about doing your drip campaign is how to clone the campaign, how to get your emails and your text in. So let's see if we can find Andrew Rocks. Is he on this page? Nope. Let's go to number 2. There we go. There's Andrew. So we click it. And there's the generic emails. If you'll notice, this is set to 100 days. On expireds, I try to set that campaign up for a 10 to 30 day run, especially if it's between 0 and 90 days. I try to set it up so I'm blitzing them with emails and text. You see this bar over here that says add action. Everybody see that? This is where you're going to add emails, calls, whatever. So I'm going to go ahead and add it. Before I do that, let me go up here. Everybody sees the word template. This is where you're going to go to create your content. Right now, I cannot edit. Right here it says edit. The only edit I can do on kvCore's generic emails or text is I can edit the time frame that it goes out, and that's about it. So none of these are going to stay in this campaign by the time I'm done. So what I do, remember, I call it Andrew Rocks. I'm going to go to templates. And now I'm going to go ahead and start building out some emails. Now, you don't have to do all of this at once. Guys, as you're starting into this and you're learning, it might take you 4 or 5 days to actually build the campaign out. So what you're going to do is you're going to be an email. So on Andrew Rocks, I'm going to add a template. Actually, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to go down here. I'm sorry, guys. I'm going to go down here and find something I want to clone. So I don't care anything that I see that I want. Okay, I built some for Adam. So let's go ahead and check out Adam Bailey Rocks. I'm going to clone this, and it can be you can clone any one of these. It doesn't matter. Let me go here. Here, we'll go here where it says ask for referrals. Let's clone that. And guys, it doesn't matter which one you clone because all I'm trying to do is get this to where I can edit it. So this says ask for referrals. I'm going to get rid of that, and I'm going to say great news. Okay? Subject, I'm sorry, that's going to be the subject. This is Andrew Rocks 1. That's the way I can find it. Over here, I'm going to put great news. I'm going to get rid of this content. This is where you do it. And just for the purpose of this, I'm going to put test. It's going to be Andrew and all you other guys looking at this. This is where your content's going to go right in here. Okay? Y'all see that? This is your content. You're going to include your and you're going to clone it. So I just cloned Andrew Rocks drip campaign in my library, and I'm going to show you how to add it. All right, let's go to.
We covered a lot of stuff. Does anyone have any questions real quick here? Because we're kind of halfway through this. He's burning.
I do, Kelly. This is Anthony. Kelly?
Yeah, go ahead.
So if you're uploading this from the analyze the expired CSV file, how do you cross-reference? How do you cross-reference that you're not uploading the same lead from a week ago or a month ago?
Oh, that's easy. And test this yourself. The CRM is so smart. It'll tell you that this is a duplicated lead. It'll kick it out. So if you want to test what I'm saying, go into your CRM and manually add yourself. Once you're added, go in and try to add yourself again. As soon as you start putting your email address, it'll say, you know, this lead's already in there. So it won't let you. That make sense?
Got it.
Okay.
I got a question, Kelly.
Go for it.
So when you import leads, does it validate them automatically, or does it do that only on new leads?
No, it doesn't. Here's what's going to happen. As soon as you import all of these leads, it's going to start validating them. But remember now, I told you at the beginning, you can't just import the leads without a phone number and an email. Because even though you can do that, there's nothing to drip to. There's also nothing for them to validate outside of the name and address. So once they have the cell phone, they have the email address coupled with, this is what I found to be with all of the leads I've got over 3,000 leads I put into this system. What I found is if you give it enough information, it will validate what you just put in, and it'll let you know if the email's any good. It'll let you know if the phone's any good. And then you'll get that. And if you've seen it, Andrew, it'll give you that little icon on the lead when you click the lead that says validated, and it'll have their fake. Guys, this stuff, if that lead is good enough and your information's correct, it'll even tell you their Facebook pages. It'll give you their it'll put. I've had them like tons of information. So depending on the lead and we've put into it, just really doesn't return anything.
I got a second part to that, and I don't know if it'll help you or not. There's a button in kvCore that says find on Spokio.
Yep.
Would that work for you instead of you manually
you know what?
doing
That's
it?
a good question. I have an account with Spokio. So why don't you do this and then get back to Trent and have Trent tell us all. Why don't you go and try that with a lead? Manually put one lead in and then validate it and find out if we have Spokio within. I don't know that we got Spokio within the account, but if we do, then you don't need to go and get it. The only reason why I do it myself is I'm doing, anywhere from 50 to 100 leads at a time. And I want to make sure that I've got their phone numbers and email addresses before it goes in, because once I import those leads, the campaign starts immediately. The way that you're doing it, if you do it that way, you got to go into every individual lead and click campaign.
So you're actually batching your CSV into Spokio.
That is correct.
Got it, man. Okay.
That is correct. And I don't know if you can see this. Can y'all see this on my screen?
Yeah.
All right. This is a spreadsheet that I got from the MLS of expireds in the last 30 to 60 days. And I've already got the names, and I've got all their phone numbers and everything. This is getting ready to be dropped into my system. I've already got a drip campaign built for them. I've got a postcard campaign, which we're not going to talk about today, built for them. And once I put that in there, if any of these leads happen to be duplicated and I put them in the system, it'll know it. It won't let you put the same lead in twice. Any more questions before I go to Andrew Rocks?
Good, guys. Good stuff. Let's keep it moving.
All right. So now what we've done is we've cloned a generic campaign from kvCore.
Yep.
We dropped something down from their library into our library.
Right.
We've picked a campaign. Doesn't matter what campaign. We just picked a campaign. We've cloned it, called it Andrew Rocks. And now we're going to go ahead and click it, and I'm going to show you how to add a email that you just created, and I'm going to show you how to get rid of some of their junk. I didn't mean to say that. Y'all know what I mean. Their stuff is just really generic, but it's good if you don't know what you're doing to kind of get some ideas. All right, so see where it says add action. Let me see if I can find this. I want to add an email to my drip campaign now. Okay? And the template, we're going to call this Andrew Rocks 1. That way I know that that's the first one that I did. On the template, we should be able to find, there's like 200 on here right now, but we should be able to find what I just created. There we go. See if y'all can find it before I do. Oh, there's Adam. Y'all see that right there? Andrew Rocks. Okay, now, since this is my first email that I'm putting in here, I'm going to tell this, I want my first email to run immediately. That's all I have to do. If you want to view what the template says, remember I just said test? There it is right there, right? I'm going to add it and watch, it'll drop it right into the campaign. Did y'all see that? There it is, right there. And then if I want to get rid of, say I want to get rid of all of their content once I have my content, I'll go to their first email and I'll just click X. Are you sure you want to remove it? Yes, get rid of that email. Now that's gone. And I can do that all the way down through here until I add all of my content. Y'all see, Andrew, did that kind of, did that make sense to you?
Which Andrew are we talking about?
Either one of y'all.
Yeah, I got it.
Okay, but did y'all see how easy that was? I cloned the campaign. I called the campaign. In this instance, I'm calling it Andrew Rocks. But if this were Old Expireds, this campaign would be called Old Expireds. And I might say Old Expires and call it whatever today's date is. That way I know as of January, whatever today's date is. That's what that campaign is going to be called, because I'm going to have multiple expired campaigns running on this particular campaign throughout the year.
Yeah. I love it. I mean, I like this stuff.
But once we cloned it, go ahead.
What we pay for our tech fee, and to have this, we got to get in here and build some of this stuff and actually, piece it together. That's why I like the cloning, because you're cloning the tech, but you can control the content in that. So you're cloning like the triggers, the tech, but just you understand what people are going to respond to, right? Or whatever.
Oh, heck yeah.
I like that. You get in here and build. I mean, what is that? 7 text messages over like 100 days. I like that. So in the free leads, I guess you're putting in these expired. Is there any way you're getting any type of Fizzbuzz in here?
Well, that was next.
Okay, really cool.
Yeah, but let me do this. I want to finish this off and show you how creative you can get.
Yeah.
And we'll be done with this. Remember, guys, I know this makes sense to me, and I know some of you it might not make as much sense, but I promise you the video that I create tomorrow, you'll be able to go back and look at it and kind of stop it, rewind it, and I would say by next week you should be able to launch your first campaign.
No,
I want to show you something that I built.
Kelly, hold on. How many leads do you said you had like 3,000 leads already in your system that you're nurturing, and how long have you been live with EXP, though, to figure this system out? You never looked at this or did anything else?
December is when, the mid part of December is when I got my kvCore. So from there till, right now is when I'm really good with it.
So 3,000 leads in less than 60 days.
Correct.
Pretty good.
So let me show you how powerful this system truly is. Because as you guys progress in your journey as an agent, you're going to pick up some things that you want to be able to use marketing wise, right? Not everybody can be Adam Bailey, like he said earlier. As much as I'm going to duplicate what he did, I'm still me. And there's things that Adam likes that I don't care. I mean, do you ever watch his video? Sometimes he comes out and he says, what up, what up, what up? I can't do that. I'm 53. People would say, my God, is something wrong with you, right? But Adam can do it because he's young. So as we progress in our journey, we've got to find things that work for us, for our market. I remember Jay Kinder was talking, Adam, one time in a meeting. He said, you got to match your message to your market. And guys, that's one of the most powerful things I've ever heard, because not everybody that's on this call right now, your market looks like mine. So you got to tailor this for who you are. So check this out. I made Adam Bailey Rocks. By the way, I'll be deleting both of these when we're done, just so you know. I don't want to accidentally send off a drip to people on Adam Bailey Rocks, but it is what it is. So I created Adam Bailey Rocks. I cloned a campaign, and I wanted to show you some of the things that you can do. On this first email, or this is the first text somebody's going to get. I think I'm going to put in a request to kvCore to see if they can do something to speed up their downtime. That's the only problem I got with the system. Just takes a while. And I've tried it with several different internet speeds. It's all the same. It's so slow. All right, are we there? So on this one, I was able to customize this right here. Check this out. This is a text message that's going to go out immediately, guys. One of the things you can do before selling is get an idea of your home's worth. See your home's value here. And all I'm doing is this is a junk page, but you can put in your website you get from them, your kvCore, you can put your home value page and send it out. And guys, if they click it and go through it, you got a lead. It's automatic. So that's going to go out immediately. But watch this. I think I did this right. I want to show you one of the things that I use that's really cool. One of the things you need to do when you're dealing with these expires is understand you got to give them something of value. You can't just like lead out the gate with, hey, can I come list your home because the guy you hired, the girl you hired sucked. You got to give them something that would say, okay, I'd like to talk to this guy, and that's by bringing value-added propositions. So what you can do when you build out your campaign is create and craft a message that's going to go out immediately that just makes sense to them. Go ahead within the system, guys. It allows you to hyperlink. So when you are building this email back on the template side, you can hyperlink. You take a, I have a company that I use a lot of their material called Keeping Matters Current. Anybody familiar with them? If not, you need to check them out. Where they at? Keeping Matters Current. I'm going to send you guys a link to it. So all of the stuff I'm talking about, you'll get it. This is it right here. Can y'all see this?
Yeah.
All right, so check this out. If I want to go to a personalized post, it's like 10 or 15 bucks a month. This has every relevant post you could want. But the reason I'm showing this to you is when you're building out your drip campaigns, remember I said you got to give them something of value. This will give you a, let me see if I can view it. This will give you posts that you can literally copy, put into your email, and it shows up like an email newsletter. It's the craziest thing I've ever seen. I'm not going to do it from here. So when you're building out your campaigns and you drop that post into here, it looks, anybody ever do and I heard Trent talking about it, like a MailChimp, or you send out, these mass emails from these aggregates, and you're literally going to be just creating all of these emails from your templates, dropping it into your clone drip campaigns, and then once this is done, guys, that's where you're going to go back in, and you're going to upload your CSV sheet to kvCore, having it start with whatever tag. Matter of fact, on Adams, I did a tag called Just Do It. Y'all see that? So when I upload this sheet to them, I'm going to have it start whenever the tag Just Do It is applied. So that means all of those leads that I'm taking from my MLS, and I tag it within kvCore's Just Do It. As soon as those get uploaded, and it takes about 20 minutes for it to actually completely upload it, literally you can go back into your CRM and you'll start to see right over here. You go to your CRM, you'll start to see emails and texts have gone out automatically. And if you guys have on your cell phones, does everybody downloaded this right here? Y'all have this kvCore thing on your phone?
What's
this? Can y'all see it?
What is it called, Kelly?
Yeah.
No.
How about that? It's just the kvCore app. Get I don't know if you can see right there. Y'all see that icon? Or is the light really bad?
kvCore app.
Yeah. So you get that app as an agent, you get that app, and all of these leads that you up literally go in here. So when you've got, now I don't know if you guys can notice, but I've already got in here. You see this right here? 4 emails and 3 text messages have already gone out. And guys, I've already had people responding. I've got 2 responded to me already regarding my emails. And you're going to have some that, hit stop, don't do this anymore. And that's fine. That's the law of attrition. But once you upload these and you've got your drip campaigns, this system will be working for you while you're at the restaurant eating lunch, while you're sleeping tonight. I mean, it's going to be doing that for you. And then if anybody communicates with you off of that email, especially if you have that kvCore app on your phone, which we all get for free, then you're going to be able to actually, and I'm actually communicating with them daily on my phone with my app. When they come, I got a guy right now that's got a $500,000 home that he wants to sell, and he's a Spanish guy, and we have a little bit of a language barrier. I might get a Spanish rep to come in and maybe rep it with me, but he's communicating. He's like, what do you think my house is worth? You think I could get this for it? Guys, wouldn't you say that that's some pretty strong, there might be something we can get out of that deal? And all of that came from uploading some expireds into a drip campaign. Oh. And then that drip campaign is doing what it's supposed to do. Does that make sense? Yes. Any questions to this point?
So I just want to confirm, is that app, does it actually like transcribe the language if he's Spanish or?
No, I mean, if he's Spanish, he'll probably text you in Spanish. I haven't had that happen. It's just I actually called him when he texted me and said, what do you think my home's worth? When I get somebody communicating that through the app, I don't text them anymore. That's I pick up the phone.
Right.
Well, I called him, and it was like, and forgive me, I don't have a good Spanish name, but he's like, my name is Ricardo. Can you tell me how my home? I'm like, okay, this will be an interesting one. But that was a lead that I uploaded into a batch of expireds into kvCore, guys. And had I not gone into my MLS and spent an hour doing that, I wouldn't be having a conversation with him right now. So that's when I was talking with Trent and Adam about this. I thought, I've been talking to, and all of you are probably on Facebook, EXP's Facebook Workplace. Are all of you on that? When you go to the kvCore section, it's like everybody's just overwhelmed. It's like, oh my God. I'm like, wait a minute. It's not rocket science. You just got to put the time. And so with that little chat button on your dashboard and YouTube, anybody can figure this out. It comes down to making sure that your campaigns are cloned, and you call that campaign whatever it makes sense to you. And then you go into the templates and you start creating emails and text, but you organize it in a way that when it's time to bring those over to your campaign, you can find it. Because at this point, I've got 200 or 300 templates together. So if I don't call it something that has something to do with that campaign, I'm going to be searching all day long. But I go ahead and build out all those emails and those texts, and then I start to move them over. And that's basically it. You can do that probably within, I'd say by next week, all of you should have in your CRMs 50 to 100 expireds easily. I mean, I don't see, as a matter of fact, if everybody that's on the video would get back with Trent, let me know if you're having any issues. But if you guys end up taking between now and next Wednesday and taking what I've said to heart and do it, let Trent know. I would love to know that. And if you want to go and check Keeping Matters Current, like I said, it's like $15 a month. The content is well worth it because you can bring it over to your emails, and it's not BS content. It's cutting edge stuff that just makes sense and you want to read it. Adam had asked me earlier about Fizzbuzz. Anybody have any luck working with Fizzbuzz? All right, so check this out. This is a whole nother video, and I'm not gonna. I don't have.
Hey, we got.
Kelly, we got. But you can take the same approach with Fizzbuzz. How much time, Adam?
About 5-7 minutes here, man. We'll be right at the top of the hour.
All right. So here it is. Here it is in a nutshell. Take what I just said, and with Fizzbuzz, manually add them. And here's what you're going to do. You're going to go to Zillow. You're going to go to Zillow, and you're going to take your county that you're in, and you're going to eliminate everything but for sale by owners. Then you're going to go in and click those for sale by owners. On that page, it's going to show you their house. It's going to show you how long their home's been for sale, his cell number. To a T, when somebody puts their home on Zillow as a for sale by owner, their cell number, they put it right there because they want you to call them. So you go back into your kvCore and you add that lead because you're going to go and check property tax records and you're going to get his name and you're going to add his name, his cell phone number. If you want to go to Spokio, you can use their data to complete what you need. And you set them up into your campaign. You've already got your campaign built for Fizzbuzz, just like we did for expireds. But now you're going to attack the Fizzbuzz. And guys, if you manually put in 3 to 5 Fizzbuzz a day, what is that, Adam? Help me. 5 a day times 5 days is 25. 25 times 4 weeks is what, 100? Now you got 100 Fizzbuzz a month that you're dripping to. I guarantee you there's not one agent in your town, probably not very many agents within EXP right now doing this strategy. And you got this CRM ready to go to work for you. So I'll make a video about that to show you how to add those manually. But man, between expireds and Fizzbuzz, they're free leads. You've got this system. You've got the chat box to help you walk it through. You've got videos to help you walk it through. I'm going to send you a video, about a 10-minute, hyper-concentrated video. So between now and next Wednesday, man, Adam, I don't know. Why don't you shout a call out to everybody, and let's see if we can get some people to tell us what they do between now and Wednesday to build up their CRM.
Yeah, man, I love it. Not a great.
And that's that, brother.
I love it. So, do I got audio? Mic check, mic check. We good?
Hey, Kelly, how are you going to send out the video to everybody that's on the site?
That's a whole, I don't know if I can go into that right now. That's a whole nother deal.
So
why don't we do this?
Who asked that question?
Paula Bradley.
So here's what we'll do. Like, I'm converting this one we're watching right now to be on YouTube. And then when he shortens that one, Trent will send it to me for approval, and then it'll probably go out to the network.
Okay.
All right. Real quick, Adam, I forgot. I did something for everybody that's on this call. If everybody has a pen or a pencil, write this down. I did create a video on YouTube on how to do Fizzbuzz leads, how to send them videos. So if you want to do this, I'll just have to delete everybody. Text the word free Fizzbuzz leads. That's FREEFSBO leads with an S to 941-241-1066. That's part of your kvCore. That's that little text feature that we have. So guys, you'll get a text sent to you with a link to my video. That's about a 10-minute video or 8-minute video that will show you how to go after Fizzbuzz leads and then how to communicate to them. All right? That's a freebie.
Thank you.
So I like this. Like, let's kind of just recap real quick, and then we'll take some questions here. We'll be at the top of the hour. We jammed a lot of stuff in. I mean, I love it. You know, the key is being able to target something like Fizzbuzz, expired, withdrawals, cancellations, because we're taking something free here, right? That's like out there, but we're going to put some sweat equity into it to be able to net an ROI. So then we get this list from your MLS or whatever. The main key part that most people skip over is the validation part to that through county records and reverse lookups and Spokio and basically getting other agents off of that list or just whatever, right? Like, that scrubbing part is very important to managing clean data. Garbage in is garbage out. So I like that, and I think people overlook that. So I wanted to highlight that again. Then you get the list uploaded, right? Then you got to be able to build these campaigns out. Like, I run tons of drips and share different drips from other networks, but you're going to have to be able to tap into something that you know works. Keep it short, keep it simple, and always like in with the question or add that value. Like, that's what I got from Kelly, right? Clone their technology, but control your own content, right?
That's
so
right.
I like some of that in there. The automation part to this is what's going to make this win, just like home alerts, other type of drip system. I like the map that if you're putting 3 of these in a day, like you're quickly going to be at 100. You're quickly going to be at 300. And so I think what you were trying to say that I seen that I don't see most agents follow is the word consistency, right? Like we all like to dabble. We all like to be random, like all over the place. When you sit down and you focus, like I remember setting this campaign up almost 10 years ago, right? And then I had an ISA manager for years. But when you're getting it set up, you got to do the hard, tedious stuff to be able to start to generate free gross commission, right? Without paying for Open 7 or Red X. Like this is a way for you to actually still manage your own data without an extra couple $100 a month, right? So I like that, Kelly. Is there any questions that you guys have? Like I think I love it, man. He just took you from having no money, no leads, showed you how to get leads, target them, communicate with them, and convert them. So I love that stuff, Kelly. Good stuff. Any questions?
Yeah, I was going to ask Kelly, will this be one of the videos that we can actually go back to and start from the beginning, because I kind of jumped in on the.
Yeah, what I'm going to do is I'll send Trent 2 videos. I'll send him a concentrated video on setting up your CRM within kvCore. It'll make a whole lot more sense. It'll be more edited. I'm going to send a video on how you can do the same thing through Fizzbuzz. When I send that video, I've got a couple of the bonuses I'll send everybody. I've got a expired letter here, guys, that I'm using. I'm literally getting results off of it. It's free. I'm going to give it to you. This letter right here has been my best letter ever. So if you've got this campaign set up for expired, you better be doing direct mail to them, because everybody thinks that you're going to put this in your CRM and suddenly you're going to be roped in dough. And expired is going to take anywhere from 4 to 8 touches. So between direct mail, phone calls, and what you're doing in CRM, you've got a better shot than your competition in your town to score on these expired. So I'll send all of this information. I'll put a link, Adam, to this expired letter I'm using. It's friggin' killer, man. So everybody can use it, customize it, do whatever they want with it.
All right. So
okay, thank you.
We had a question. What was the number to get the video on how to manage Fizzbuzz?
Yeah, that's my kvCore smart number, guys. So you're gonna use it, and then I'm gonna delete you later on tonight. It's yeah, the number is 941 241 1066. And the text that you're going to do is free Fizzbuzz leads, LEADS. And that'll give you a text with a link to a video. You can watch it on your phone, or you can copy that URL and go watch it on your big computer. But it's about a 6 to 7 minute video on a sniper technique, if you will, on how to send a text message with a video to Fizzbuzz that nobody else is doing that you know.
Love it, man. I love it.
All right.
All right, guys. We're right at the top of the hour. We got 2 minutes here, man. I like to always start on time and end on time. 2 minutes. Any other questions? Good stuff today, Kelly.
Thank you, brother.
Thanks, guys, for such a superb presentation.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah. Well, you can find this video right here in its rawest form on YouTube probably later tonight. Kelly will get some other stuff out. We'll prove it. Trim will send out the mass email. Anyways, I appreciate you guys, man. We're just breaking over 300 agents in our network, booming. It feels good. I've been gone, so it feels good getting back live. Prospected on seller leads with the group. It started catching on. I was building. I appreciate Kelly, like being in our network and wanting to add value back to our tribe here, as he's just getting going and learning himself. So I appreciate that. Just like I love learning about your guys' story or what your guys' niche is, and hopefully you guys can share with other people, and that's how we're all going to share resources and be able to drive revenue together. So
right.
Any other questions, guys? But if not, I mean, I'm going to let you guys go.
Peace, brother. Love you.
Hey, Kelly. Rocking. I appreciate Kelly. Thanks, guys. Later.
All right.
Thank you.
All right.